710 Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland is on for your Monday afternoon.
And let somebody else lead the show, which I think is bullshit.
Hopefully you had a beautiful weekend. Here we go. Monday on Michelob Ultra. Reaction Monday. What is on tap thanks to our friends at Michelob Ultra? Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs, 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Mason and Ireland are back from the weekend. John is in Denver, site of Game 2 tonight. Sedano and Cappy will start at 3 o'clock combo plate. They'll go till 5:30. The Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off at 5:30 p.m. Then tip-off at 7 o'clock from Denver. You'll hear it here on 7:10 a.m. And, of course, in crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app. Let's get to it. Celebrating their 20th year at ESPN Los Angeles, Mason and Ireland. Your Monday afternoon right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. So Ireland's in Denver. We're hey, what's up, Brian? What's up, Laura? Cranking it up for another week here. Ireland's in Denver. We got Lakers versus Nuggets tonight. Saturday didn't go too well. It was kind of
half.
Right, but this is what you expect from Denver, right? Denver is great at the end of games. They're probably the best end-of-game team in the league.
Greg, what do you mean, kinda? They had a 12-point lead in the first half. They led by 3 at halftime. What was your problem with the first half?
Well, you see the lead get smaller. They went from 12 to 3.
Right. You said the 12, kinda, because it was 12.
But still, they
and
won
then
the
it was
first
3.
half.
Right.
I mean, we had small victories here. We've lost 8 in a row to these clowns.
Yeah. Now, they hung around a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Denver is so good. That's the problem. Denver is a really, really good team, and they've got a player that nobody's got an answer to. Nobody can solve.
Although, can I comment on that?
Please.
Okay. I understand what the Lakers' strategy was in Game 1. They wanted to throw a whole bunch of looks at Nikola Jokic and try and confuse him.
Right.
And for a while, it worked. They built that 12-point lead. Rui Hachimura was guarding him. Everything was kind of working out the way the Lakers hoped.
Right.
Then Jokic figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of started to be effective against Rui. I think at the end of the day, he made 8 of 9 shots when Rui was the primary defender. I think, and I understand the argument against it.
I'm with you, by the way.
I
Go
understand that if you make Anthony Davis guard Jokic, he's probably going to get into foul trouble, and he might be too tired to score. I don't care, man. We're up against it.
Yeah.
I'm putting AD on Jokic, and I'm saying do not switch. He's yours. If he's going to beat us with a triple-double with 35, 18, and 10, he's going to do it against you, and then we'll live with it.
By the way,
I'm done with this. Somebody other than AD guards Jokic. I don't think it works.
So I am 100%. We talked about this before the show. Anthony Davis is not a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year. He should be. He's one of the best 3 defensive players in the NBA. But if you view yourself like that, go stop the best.
Okay, John, you said that Rui was 8 of 9 when guarding.
Jokic was
8
8 of 9 on Rui.
Yeah.
Do you have what he was on AD?
Yeah, he was 3 of 7.
3 of 7.
Okay.
That's better than I thought, because there was a lot of times where you see Jokic kind of manhandling AD. And
Mason said it, Greg. Jokic manhandles everybody.
Of course. But,
I mean, he's the best player in the world, and it's not close.
But
3 out of 7 is better than 8 out of 9.
Yeah, it's much better. But big physical centers have all kind of owned Anthony Davis over the last
Doesn't matter.
few years.
He's our best shot.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Put the best defensive player on the team on the best player on the other team. You go out swinging. And by the way, let's be honest. Ireland, can they win this series?
Of course they can.
Okay. Will they win this series?
I don't know.
Come on, Ireland. No.
We got an I don't know from you.
I got Lakers in 6 for me. You got to stay with it. If they win
I'm
tonight,
not giving
it's still
up.
alive.
I'm not giving up. I think the number one thing we do in sports radio is we overreact both ways to one game in a series. We always say, like Clipper fans are saying, the Mavs aren't any good. This series is over. The Mavs are going to play better than they did yesterday. I don't know. You know, the Lakers kind of had that game break the way they wanted it to. Jamal Murray was off.
Yep.
What was he, 9 of 24 from the field? They had a 12-point lead early. They were right there. And then the Lakers stopped moving the ball in the second half.
Yep.
Their offense got stagnant. The thing about Denver is you've got to play almost perfect to beat them, and you got to hope that they're a little off.
Yeah.
Could those things happen? Absolutely. But tonight's really important. I'll give you some numbers.
Okay.
If they lose tonight, teams that go up 2-0 in a best-of-7 series in NBA playoff history, what percentage of the time do you guys think they win?
I'll say 73%.
What do you think, Greg?
84.
Brian?
69.
93% of the time.
Wow. 93.
Yeah. So we would have a chance, but it would be a 7% chance.
So if they lose tonight, they only have a 7% chance.
Statistically.
Wow.
But
lose tonight, it's over.
Wait, Greg, this reminds me, if they lose tonight, this is the song I'll be singing tomorrow. One time in my career covering the Lakers, and I started working with the Lakers in 1999. One time I watched 2 games of a series and said, they are dead. They can't beat that team. And it was in 2004. San Antonio had won the title in 2003 with Parker, Ginobili, and Duncan. And in 2004, for the Western Conference Finals, we had to go to San Antonio. And they beat us up in the first 2 games, and we had no answers for Tony Parker. He did whatever he wanted. He just carved Gary Payton up. And I went on the radio, and anybody that would listen to me, I would say, San Antonio's too good. We can't beat them. The Lakers barely won Game 3. Then they barely won Game 4 to tie it at 2. And Game 5 was the Derek Fisher 0.4 shot.
Yeah.
That's how far you have to go back the last time the Lakers came back from an 0-2 deficit. So can it be done? Absolutely. Is it likely? No. So that's why tonight's really important.
Yeah, I mean, tonight is, wow, you still want, I mean, what's Phil say? It doesn't start till you
right,
blow a
till
home
somebody
game,
wins
right?
on the other team's home court.
Yeah.
I just want to go back to something you said about Anthony Davis, because if he was so good offensively, he was
Oh, did you hear this? Greg, did you hear this number? First time that dueling centers, 2 centers, have each gone 30, 10, and 5 since Wilt and Bill Russell in the 60s.
So wow, that's kind of crazy. But you said that you don't care what happens to his offensive game if just use him up on defense and the whole thing. It's the best chance for them to win overall is what you said.
I believe
right?
that. Yeah.
If you don't have that type of Anthony Davis on the offensive end, you still think you can win? You have to have every single other person go full out.
Well, I mean,
yeah, Greg, I do, and here's why. I'm going to just be blunt. The Lakers will not win if the other guys don't show up.
Agreed. Denver D'Lo does not work.
Yes. D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Austin Reeves. Here's the most amazing takeaway for me on Saturday night. And I don't think in the 25-plus years I've been covering the NBA I can remember this ever happening. The Lakers had one player, provide bench points. It was Taurean Prince. But not only did none of the other reserves make a shot. Think about this. None of the other reserves took a shot.
Right.
Wow.
0 shot attempts. You can't beat Denver that way.
Yeah.
You can't have Rui, Austin, and D'Lo all have an off night and then get nothing from the bench. So, Greg, to answer your question, coming full circle, do I think AD needs to score 35 points for the Lakers to win? No, but I think the other guys have to show up. Somebody in that group, somebody in the R group, Rui, Reeves, Russell, has got to go 20-plus.
Yeah, and
if
AD
not, the
not
Lakers,
shoot threes.
And the Lakers are dead if they don't. So I think your best chance to win, as much as you can, put Anthony Davis on Jokic defensively, and hope somebody else shows up besides LeBron and AD.
I love that game plan. That is the game plan. AD
still might not work, but
go
let's
at Jokic.
try it. Yeah.
As they say, come at me. Let's go, AD. This is it. By the way, coming up next, all the 2024 NBA award nominations are out, and another year with no flowers for AD. We'll do that coming up next. In the meantime, I love my partnership with the Southern California Hyundai dealers. I drive an Elantra, which I love, and with next-level tech and safety features, Hyundai cars and SUVs give you the confidence to boldly journey wherever life takes you. Advantages include available class-exclusive digital key and available remote smart parking assist. And because the road ahead should be as worry-free as possible, you also get complimentary maintenance for 3 years or 36,000 miles and 10 years of America's best warranty. It's your journey. Own every mile in a brand-new Hyundai. Learn more about Hyundai's award-winning lineup and warranty at buyhyundai.com or see your SoCal Hyundai dealer today. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Sedano and Cap for
We're here each weekday, 1 to 4 p.m. for your afternoon. Sandwiched between Travis and Sliwa and Sonato and Cap. Mason and Ireland continues now.
So Ireland, I'm working out like crazy.
Oh yeah, you're in your you're working with your trainer now,
Working
right?
with my trainer, and got cardio in over the weekend. Got cardio Saturday, Sunday, and I'm going back to lift tonight. Now, I went to. I know you work with James Worthy on the cryo. What's iSpot Active. Yeah, so I have that. But yesterday I decided to go because my whole body is sore. I decided to go to the full-on walk into the freezer.
Yeah, I do it all the
cryo.
time. I love it.
It is great. Now, what is your latest? So if you've never done this cryo thing, you go into a booth, and you've got, basically, I did 3 minutes. Do you do 3 minutes, John?
Yes.
I think that's the max.
Normally, I'm proud of you. Normally, they start you at like a minute and a half and then work you up to 3 minutes. Did you do 3 minutes?
I did
from
3
the
minutes
jump?
right from the jump. I haven't done it in a while, but I went yesterday. And so what is your latest 3 minutes of music that you're using?
I always go middle of the road Pretenders because it has a lot of drums in it. And you can play air drums when you're in the cryo chamber.
Right.
You want something that's going to make you move.
Yes.
What did you pick?
I think Brian is going to play it right now. It is the latest from Beyonce.
Is this on the Cowboy Carter album?
Yeah, on the Cowboy Carter album. I picked this one because it's upbeat. I was stomping around in the cryo.
Whatever's going to make you move.
Yeah.
So, Brian, pull up Middle of the Road from the Pretenders. If you notice,
Great
what
song.
I do is I just get Middle of the Road by the Pretenders and pretend I'm the drummer. Because the
I
drums...
can see this.
Yeah,
You're sitting in a room. Just
in the room. Well, and what's funny,
around.
Greg, is they have a window so they can watch you, so in case you pass out and die. And if you're looking at me through the window, you would think I was somebody possessed. Because this all I'm doing is banging the drums to this song.
All right, this is good. This is a good one. All right.
Yeah.
I love that was your reasoning for it. They're looking into the window, so in case you die.
I don't care. Once I get there, I don't care. But
well, no, they're looking at you in case you don't die.
Yeah,
that's
because it's not. I'm guessing it's not medically the smartest thing you can do is to get into a minus 200-degree chamber and let it freeze you. But it does. Mace, the way I explain it to people is, when you go in, if you're sore, when you come out, you won't be.
Correct. And by the way, two other things.
Lasts all day, but it gives you some relief.
It gives you also a mental boost. Like you come out of there really alert and feeling really good about yourself. And it speeds up your metabolism, which means that it conceivably helps you to lose weight.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I want to do it now.
Yeah, there you go. So, Ireland, they have announced the awards or the nominees for all the NBA awards right now. And once again, Anthony Davis was overlooked for Defensive Player of the Year. Do you think that the three the NBA put out there, did they get it right?
Who were the three they put out there?
Rudy Gobert. And Bergman Schnortz.
Rudy was also the most overrated player in that.
He was.
By players. The players said he was the most overrated player.
But he is a good defensive player. I have no problem with him being a defensive finalist. Who are the other? Is Wemby one of them?
Wemby is one of them. Okay. And the third one is Drew Holiday.
Well, they're all excellent defenders. I would have put AD ahead of Drew and put the three big men in there because of how much he means to the Lakers defensively.
Yep.
But I've always said this. There's a Laker tax.
I want to take this back. It's not Drew. It's Bam Adebayo. So it's Adebayo, Gobert, and Wembanyama.
Yeah, another excellent defender. I still think AD should be first team all defense, but there is a Laker tax. If you look at the history of awards in the NBA, there aren't a lot of Laker MVPs. I mean, Kobe won it once.
Yep.
There's only been one Sixth Man of the Year ever by the Lakers.
Lamar
Odom. There's only been one Defensive Player of the Year for the Lakers, Michael Cooper. So the Lakers don't get a lot of awards because they get so much love elsewhere. So I think AD said as much today. He goes, they're just not going to give it to me. I think he realizes that because he plays for the Lakers, chances are he's not going to get as many votes as he would if he played somewhere else.
All right, so somebody put this out. This is involving this. So Gobert is sixth in blocks. AD is second. Gobert is tied for second in rebounds with AD, so they're tied at second. In contested shots, Gobert is fourth. AD is third. Contested threes, 108th for Gobert. He's only sixth in the middle of the paint. And Davis is fourth
Okay.
Guarding post-ups, 89th percentile for Gobert and 96th percentile for Davis.
Yeah.
That's in saying that Davis is a better defender?
It is, but I think what factors into the awards, and tell me if you guys agree.
Yeah.
Minnesota was a 54-win team.
That is the
Lakers
difference.
Were not.
It shouldn't be about your wins and
Well,
losses.
it is whether you like it or not. It's always MVP tends to be the best player on the best team.
Sure.
And
Or
the
at least the best player on a really good team.
Okay. Why is Wemby in there then?
Well, because he's just
22-win team? Is that what he has, 22 wins?
But he's just freakish. Gobert's going to win because Minnesota won all those games.
But Wembanyama led the league in blocks, right?
He should be in there. Wemby should be in there.
Wemby might be the best defensive player I've ever seen.
Exactly.
It's a joke what he's able to do.
I mean, he can stand 6 feet away from you, and if you're taking a jump shot, he can still block your shot.
Yep.
That's how long his reach is.
Do you know who the 3 finalists are for MVP?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Jokic, Luka, SGA.
Tatum. Oh.
Bingo.
No.
SGA.
Yeah. I think Jokic is going to win, and I don't think it's going to be close.
I agree. I don't know how
SGA is really good, and they were the number 1 seed. If they go by best player on the best teammates, then SGA would win. But Luka really flipped a switch midseason. But Jokic is just – I mean, you guys watched the game the other night.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
just ridiculous.
Here's what James Worthy said about Jokic.
This is high praise. I've never heard James and you guys know I'm friends with Worthy.
Yep.
I've never heard him say this about anyone else ever.
To me, he's Magic and Kareem on the floor at the same time.
Yeah.
He's a guard. He makes great decisions, hell of a pass. And then when he wants to be Kareem, he goes down and dominates. So he's a special player that does a lot of things, and your antennas have to be up.
The old Magic Kareem combo. That's crazy. That is super high
think
praise.
About this. Michael, who played with Magic Johnson and calls Magic the greatest leader in the history of team sports, credits Magic for the 2 rings that he has, there cannot be a bigger fan of Magic Johnson on earth than Michael Thompson. Just loves him.
Yeah.
He says Jokic is the best passer he's ever seen. Ever.
Yeah.
That Jokic is just, I mean, you can triple team him and he'll throw the ball behind his head to a guy cutting to the basket, and you'll say, how did he even know he was there? And he's a freak. I mean, but by the way, guys, if he wins his 3rd MVP in 4 years, which I think he's going to do, that list is like Jordan, LeBron, Wilt, Kareem, Russell. Like, that's it. We're talking about a modern day Wilt Chamberlain with Jokic, and because he looks like kind of an oaf,
right?
And he leans into it like he's making fun of the fact he's doing commercials now that he looks like that guy from the Minions, Gru.
Yeah, right.
And he doesn't care that you think he looks like that, and he doesn't jump. I saw him make a shot the other day where over AD where he did not jump. Think about that. Didn't jump. Waited for AD to jump. Let him go up, come down, just threw it up with a little soft hook shot. He scores without jumping against the best players in the world.
He's
funny. Unbelievable.
He is kind of but it looks, his steps are like ballet. I mean, he's a clod, but his steps are, his footwork is just crazy.
Right, and he's better defensively than people give him credit for. And here's the best thing about him. He doesn't care if he scores. If he finished a game with 10 points and 20 assists, he'd be happy. So you can't really bait him into anything because he doesn't care. He'll just do whatever the best play is.
Right.
And you'll look up and Michael Porter Jr. has 20 points. And you're like, how did this happen? It's because Jokic is just so smart. He's an unbelievable player.
So I got money. We're using the Cut app, K-U-T-T, Cut app, where we're betting real money. And I have already put money on the Lakers plus the 7.5 tonight.
I like it.
I think they're going to get close. And who knows?
The 4 playoff games last year were close.
Yeah.
The average margin of victory was under 8 points. So if they can get back to what they were doing last year, you'll win.
And let me see. There's one. Oh, yeah. The other one I'm betting hard on the Angels, believe it or not.
Really?
Reed Detmers is 3-0. They're at home. They're playing Baltimore. I like them on the money line. I like
Baltimore really good now?
They're good, but I like the Angels of the money line. Reed Detmers has been really good.
You want to take the Angels early in the season because they always get off
they
to
will
a
fade.
hot,
Yeah.
They will fade. I got one too, John. You think you'll like this? I'm taking the over. I know it was under the last game on Saturday, but I'm taking the over on Lakers in Denver. 223.5.
Yeah, if I had to bet, I can't bet anything
right.
in the NBA even as a joke, but if I had to bet, I would do the over.
Yeah, so by the way, what we're talking about, the Cut app, Kutt, we can bet like for real. We're betting real money. I think I'm down $30 right now. Where are you, Bergman?
I'm still up $100, but I've been losing my last couple of bets.
Yeah, okay.
I lost my last 2 or 3.
So you can bet directly with us. Download the Cut app. 10% deposit bonus if you use ESPN LA, and then join our ESPN social group where we're kicking bets around, and I'm in there all the time. Bergman's in there all the time. Again, download the Cut app, Kutt. All right, coming up next for you, going to spin the wheel of questions with Laura. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
All right, you heard Mason talk about iSpot Active. If you lift heavy equipment or if you deliver boxes, if you work in an office all day, sit in a chair, get up and your back hurts, try iSpot Active. If you play tennis, soccer, pickleball, golf, basketball, if you're a runner, you have sore knees, sore shins, try this wearable cryotherapy. iSpot Active makes stylish form-fitted compression wear with pockets that fit flexible ice-cold gel packs. They call them Flex Pods because they're rubbery and they fit around your joints. Everybody I've turned on to this loves it, uses it daily. It's a great tool to keep you doing what you love, pain-free, even if it's your normal work routine. Check it out today. The only way you can get this stuff is to go to that website, iSpotActive.com. iSpotActive.com. Best part, they have free shipping and a 30-day money-back guarantee. You cannot lose. You try it, you don't like it, you get all your money back. ICEBOD Active, iSpotActive.com.
4 p.m. You know what it's time for?
What is this?
It's time for Wheel of Questions. Producer Brian Cohen, are you ready with that wheel? Hit it, Jack.
All right, Laura.
I have to wait for the wheel to end, you know? I have to think about this.
He was setting you up.
I coached Laura up on how to handle the wheel last week. So, interesting.
No, I'm actually glad. I'm actually glad it landed on this one because I have a feel. So, no, I actually really do.
I believe it.
In honor of the Lakers and the Kings in the playoffs right now.
Lakers and Nuggets.
Yes. Well, no. LA Kings.
She's talking about
LA
the
Kings.
Hockey. They
LA
played tonight.
Kings.
Hockey.
Okay, got it.
LA Kings. This question came to mind. If you had the power to grant only one of the following LA teams a championship this year, who would it be and why? The Dodgers, who sit number 1, the Lakers, who are down 1 game to the Nuggets, the LA Kings, who have game 1 against the Oilers tonight, LAFC, who is 7th, or the Rams. Who would you guys choose?
So you know what's interesting about this is I'm going to make a prediction. I think Bergman picks the Dodgers. I pick the Lakers. Mason picks the Rams. Am I right?
On my end, yeah.
On my end, also.
Really?
It's like,
on my end, also.
There's no way we're coming to a consensus here.
Yeah.
Because we all have different favorite teams.
Right, and for me, you know, the I've invested so much time, energy, and money in the Rams, and I'm there for it. Just feels, you know, more important, and I experienced the Super Bowl once, and it's really friggin' cool. But I mean, Dodgers. I mean, first.
Well, they've all won a title recently, too.
Yeah, I mean,
right. But, you know, the Lakers have 17 championships, and the Dodgers, they put $1 billion into 3 players.
Yeah, it's only $1 billion.
You have to win this one. It's a very, very important. And also, I host the Blue Review. It needs to be a positive thing.
True.
You know?
And Ireland, the Lakers are on their playoff run right now, right?
Yeah, and I've seen how the city gets energized when the Lakers win a title, so I would pick the Lakers.
Yeah.
But here's a question for you.
Yes.
I still feel good about the way I answered it, but I'm curious if you do. Just promise me you'll answer this honestly.
Always.
Was Mason right that the Lakers should have tried to duck the Nuggets, now that you've seen what the Lakers and the Nuggets look like on the court?
I still don't think they should have tried to duck the Nuggets. I'm very happy with the way that I answered that question when you said it the first time.
Well, I just think that the Lakers are only interested in winning titles, so it doesn't really matter when we play them. If we're not going to beat them, we're not going to beat them.
Right, but catch Denver late after maybe a turned ankle or an injury or a strain or some tiredness.
So many people have reached out to me arguing that you were right.
You lost game 1. Like
Game one. They've seen the Nuggets now.
Yeah,
they've seen what the matchup looks like.
This is now 9 in a row, including a sweep last year in the playoffs. There's something going on. It's just a bad matchup.
You kind of forget what they look like in the playoffs after last year. Right. You forgot all about it, and now you see it like, oh yeah, that's right. This is the team that destroyed us.
Well, they're the best team in the NBA.
Yeah, by far.
So in order to beat them, you have to play your best game and hope that they don't.
Here or in the conference finals, it wouldn't have mattered. You're still going to have to play them, and I don't.
That's my argument. But Mace, I think a lot of people are coming around to your side now.
Well, you know what, Darvin said this when asked about the idea of ducking Denver, or trying to change the seeding.
We with all the smoke and we ain't ducking no fade.
And he said to anyone, and this includes me and some other people, I think Mike Greenberg is one of them, suggesting that they lose that first play-in game in order to wind up the 8 instead of the 7. And you know what Darvin's called me?
Someone that just got out of the insane asylum.
That's what he said.
Well, that's not the first time somebody's accused you of that. That doesn't mean you're wrong.
Correct. It does not mean I'm wrong.
So a lot of people think you're nuts. A lot of people think we're all nuts. So I mean, I'm sticking with my original answer. I think that you don't try and mess with the basketball gods. You got to take, if you're not good enough to beat Denver, you don't deserve to win the title. So let's just play them now. But Mace, a lot of Laker fans that love this time of year, love a deep playoff run, kind of set their mood and their weeks in April and May.
Plus, you never know. Jokic, maybe there's an injury, maybe there's a turned ankle.
Why didn't we go to the other side of the bracket?
Yeah. I mean, I'd pick them to beat OKC. OKC's really good, but I'd pick them to beat OKC.
Well, especially after that game against the Pelicans.
Yeah.
So C.J. McCollum had a chance to win that game.
Right.
But it's interesting now that, everybody was calling you crazy. Darvin called you insane.
Yeah, insane.
People were yelling at you and saying that I can't believe me. When you said it, everybody on my my social media feeds came after you.
Yes.
After game 1, now they're coming back and saying, well, maybe you were right.
Correct.
So it was you, Mike Greenberg, and Harrison Fagan. Harrison Fagan changed his Twitter handle to say it's now Insane Asylum Sources.
No, did he really?
He did.
No, not true.
I absolutely did.
Did he really?
Yeah, he
good
totally
for him.
did. He
Good
totally
for him.
did.
Harrison, good for you.
Yeah. Okay, so I've got
Very
a
funny.
weird life dilemma here. So I got a friend who I see fairly frequently for dinner, and I
How often is fairly frequently? Once a year? 4 times a year?
probably 4 times a year sounds about right. Every couple months.
Okay.
So I'm over there looking at videos.
Looking at videos? What videos?
I think
like
I know where
YouTube?
you're going, but keep going.
YouTube videos?
Maybe it's Pornhub.
I know where you're going. Keep going.
And I came across a video of this guy actually engaged.
In the video?
In the video.
Fully engaged.
Wait, your friend is?
Correct. He's fully in it.
Okay, so he's an actor.
Sure, he's an actor.
Did you know he was a
Hell no, I didn't.
adult actor?
Oh, so this wasn't, he didn't tell you about it and you checked it out. You just came across it.
I just came across. I'm like, oh my
Gotcha.
god, that's.
Okay.
And I don't want to say his name, but that's. And
What are
now
the initials? What are the initials?
No,
don't
give me this.
Don't do that.
It's better if you don't out him.
So here's the thing. Does this change my relationship with him? Do I talk to him about this? Hey, I happened to see your latest movie. Do
Was
I
it
say
good?
something like that? I thought it was good.
I was like, was it good?
Two
I mean, that's the
thumbs
most
up.
important question.
Yeah, if it wasn't
so
good,
Mace,
it's like, ew.
there are levels to this.
Okay.
I don't want to go too far down the dark rabbit hole, so I've got to figure out how to phrase this.
Please do.
Just go ahead.
Like,
Just ask. We got a button that we can hit.
Was the video that you were watching guys with guys?
Yes.
Is your friend out?
Yes.
Okay, so you wouldn't be outing him.
No, I would
by
not.
bringing it up.
No, he's just found his side hustle is Pornhub.
In that case, sure, just say, hey, I was flipping around the interwebs.
Hey, I saw
He's
your
right.
movie.
I saw you.
Your new
How long
movie's
you been doing that?
fantastic.
It was
you
great.
Don't you don't want it to be weird, right?
But does he not? Does he want me to know, or does he not want me?
that's a
And
good
does that
question.
change
That's a
our
good question.
relationship if I say that I know?
Yeah,
Does it
probably
change
would.
it for
His
you?
film work.
It's about whether he changes it for you. When you
Yeah.
look at him, what do you see? Do you see him or do you see the video that you watch?
I guess I just
Have
see
you,
him.
have
I
you
see,
haven't talked to him or seen him since you
No.
discovered this?
no,
right?
but if you say his name now,
That's the first thing.
naked pops up.
Right, so when you go see his face,
Yeah.
and you go to dinner, is that what you're thinking about? You're going to think of him with no clothes on?
Yeah, I'm going to try not to. I'm going to try not to.
Yeah.
It's just a weird situation.
you know what? I'm changing my answer.
Yeah.
If he wants you to know, he'll bring it up.
See, that's what I think too. I think he's doing it on the sly. I don't think he wants anybody to know. And by the way, I
He's
just
on
gave it away.
Pornhub.
If he's
What are you
listening
talking
now,
about
he
here?
completely knows I'm
That's
talking
true.
about
Right,
Yeah.
right.
But at the
Does
same
he
time-
listen to the show
it.
occasionally?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
He
But
wouldn't waste his time on this.
He's on Pornhub.
Mace, anytime you have a porn question, please take Wheel of Questions away from me. I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
But the fact of the matter is he's on Pornhub. Like, people are going to see him.
correct.
This isn't a side hustle
But
where he's not going to be known.
Like no name, no anything.
It didn't have
Does
his
he
name.
use Mace? Does he use
You're
his
not
Oh,
giving
by
actual
the way,
name
no,
or a
it had a
pseudonym?
fake name.
Fake name? Yeah.
Colton.
I know most of the girls on there use
The
a
fake name was Colton.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
okay.
a porn name if there ever
Carlos.
was one.
What was the last name?
I don't recall
Oh, they didn't
now.
give you.
Like I think it was like Fox. His last name was Fox.
Yeah, it always is.
Colton Fox.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good
That's
porn
a
name.
typical
Strong.
All right, and on that, by the way, coming up for you, can do some What's Up for short show today because we got Super Crosstalk coming up for you at 3 o'clock. Lakers play, I guess, somewhat early tonight, right? 7 o'clock.
There's a second game
in Denver, right?
It's actually a late game. It's an 8 o'clock tip here.
Okay, and 7.
So we're
7
getting
in
home
LA.
super late. Because as you know, the Denver airport is like in another country.
Located convenently in Wyoming.
Nova Scotia.
Yeah, exactly.
So by the time this game ends and we get out of here, it'll be after midnight. And by the time we get in the air, and we're getting home like 3 in the morning.
Okay. Tell you what, coming up next for you.
What's up, fool?
In the meantime, life's journey has its highs and its lows. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're feeling good as you start the week. But maybe something you struggled over the weekend, or you're feeling sad or depressed or anxious about coming back to work or overwhelmed or any of that stuff. And the LA County Department of Mental Health is there to support you through it. Their caring team offers more than just a listening ear. They provide free emotional support, service referrals, and crisis counseling. You can call their 24/7 helpline at 800-854-7771 or visit their website at dmh.lacounty.gov. Your mental health is their priority. Let them be your support on this journey. Together, let's shape a brighter tomorrow with hope in recovery and well-being. Mason, Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Station. Listen to Mason and Ireland more at 1 p.m.
And yes, it's around 2:45 in the Southland. You know what we do each weekday at 2:45. What's up, fool? And we've been very excited that What's Up, Fool is made possible by our friends at Dos Hombres. In fact, we've got a special guest voice. Take it away, guest voice.
What's Up, Fool is brought to you by Dos Hombres Mezcal. It's fate. It's friendship. It's mezcal. Dos Hombres.
Look at that. How do I follow that? I don't. So I simply say, take it away, Corporate Greg.
Thanks, Morales. All right, so I saw on Twitter today that Matt Ryan gave the Atlanta Falcons fans just like a thank
very
you
nice.
very much. It was very, very nice. Do you think that he is a Hall of Famer, John?
He's close.
He's close.
But I'll tell you why I don't think he'll get in. The 28-3 game.
Yeah, honestly, I think of Matt Ryan, I think of that game.
Matthew Stafford got over that hump. Matt Ryan didn't, and that'll keep Matt Ryan out.
So he's top 10 in touchdown passes all time. He's top 10 in passing yards, but he's below Phillip Rivers in all of those things.
And Rivers is not
bubble on the bubble.
Because Rivers never won a title. Mace, I think they keep him out because he never got over the hump and won a Super Bowl.
I agree. I don't think he quite. The Super Bowl thing would have capped everything off, but the fact that he blew a 20. Well, he didn't blow it.
Right,
but
Dan Quinn did.
But
they blew a 28-3 lead.
Greg, it is for example, I think Eli Manning gets in.
Oh, well, he has to.
And statistically, Matt Ryan's way better than him. But
is Eli Manning in?
Oh yeah, he won 12.
I mean, did he already get in?
No, but I don't think the 5 years has elapsed yet.
Oh, okay.
But so I think Eli Manning, like Joe. If you guys ever look at Joe Namath's stats,
oh sure, barely
they're not very good.
Yeah, no.
He had more interceptions and touchdowns.
Yeah.
But since he won the title, he's in.
Yeah.
What's up, fool?
All right, guys, we were talking about Ryan Smith earlier in the show.
Yeah.
So
Utah
he was
Jazz
on.
Ryan Smith is the
new
Coyotes owner.
Right. In Utah, the new owner of the Utah hockey team, per se. And he was on McAfee talking, promoting the team and all that, the new sale and stuff.
Yep.
And he said that their plan is to have a fan vote for the team name. They're going to come up with the pool, get it down to 8, and then ultimately we'll have a bracket-style fan vote.
Oh, that's fun.
On the team name.
Yeah, that's fun.
So it's kind of a two-part question here. Any ideas for a Utah, hockey team name come to your mind? And are you a fan of these, per se, fan votes for the team?
Well, let me say, I am my personal favorite for this, and Ireland, you should appreciate this, is the Salt Lake Yeti. The Yeti.
I like that.
Because it is, you're a big Bigfoot guy up in the mountains. There are Yetis, apparently. Yeti, I think, would be a great nickname.
All right. I got this from the list that they're considering.
Are they considering Yeti?
Right? No, it wasn't on the list. That doesn't mean it can't win. But the best name I saw from the ones they're considering is the Venom. Venom. The Utah Venom. I think that's a great name for a team. So
I actually, you know what? I'm looking at the list now that you have. Utah Blizzard is pretty good. The Blizzard.
But is it too close to the Colorado Avalanche?
Yeah. You know what else I like? And this is kind of cool and classy. Utah Hockey Club. That's like Washington football.
Those.
That's like Washington football team.
That's
Utah
too
hockey.
basic.
Is it too basic for you?
That's like throwing in the towel.
Kind of classy.
You guys don't like the Venom?
I
think the Venom. But what does Venom have to do with Salt Lake? Is it filled with snakes or?
No.
What is it? Does it have any organic connection to Salt Lake City?
No, but either does Jazz.
Right, but Jazz they should have changed.
Right. So
Jazz.
here are the trademarks they've applied for. This doesn't mean this is going to be one of them.
Yeah.
Blizzard, Venom, Fury, Utah HC, which means for Utah Hockey Club.
Right.
So one of those is what they're going for.
Of
those I like Venom.
Of those, I think I like Blizzard.
I think I like Venom there, too, honestly.
You
really?
Like Venom?
I mean, it's a cool name, but I'm with Mace. Like, what is the organic back end to that,
Right. Man, I'm sure they got snakes there.
You know what? More Yeti is growing on me. I think
like
you're onto
Yeti,
something
too.
with Yeti.
Yeti's fun. And by the way,
I think that's the best one so far.
Think what you can do with a mascot, and think what you can do with.
I like yours. Yeti's
design
cool.
and the
Sponsorship.
studio guys.
Mace,
I mean, I think Yeti's
Mace,
fun.
stick a copyright on that sucker. See if you can get paid for that idea.
The Utah Yeti.
What's up, fool? All right, guys. So I noticed when I was looking at some stuff that Nicki Minaj got almost hit by an object while she was on stage.
God.
So she ended up throwing it back into the crowd and was a little bit upset, as she should be. But also, Luke Bryan actually slipped and fell on a fan's phone, kind of brushed it off and said, "My lawyer will be calling you." So my question to you guys is, how can we prevent fans from throwing things on stage? Because I feel like it's getting worse.
Yeah.
And you're causing not only accidents to the act that's on stage, but they're getting mad and throwing it back.
I mean, I think the only way to prevent this is plexiglass. I mean,
Okay.
we're at a point in the world where if you really want to stop people from throwing stuff, there's got to be like zero time joking about plexiglass. But really, that's the only thing that will stop it. Otherwise, how can you stop anybody from throwing something up on stage? I don't know when this became a thing.
To your original point, though, I think you have to make it so punitive when somebody throws something on stage that no one else will ever do it. Greg Popovich talks about this all the time. The example he uses is Mothers Against Drunk Driving. That for years in this country, people drank and then they got in their cars and drove. And Mothers Against Drunk Driving made such a big deal about it. They created MAD. And they basically got laws changed to the point where it is so punitive now if you drink and drive that very few people do it. Thank God.
Right.
And if we made this, if you get caught throwing something on stage, and we make it a ridiculous fine and we ban you for life from that arena and we make an example out of you, I think then it goes away. But right now, Laura, to your point, people are just throwing stuff up there and people are throwing it back and nobody's doing anything.
And what was thrown?
So for her,
how did a phone get on stage
So
for Luke Bryan to trip on a phone?
So for Nicki Minaj, it just is an object.
Yeah.
For Luke Bryan, it was a phone that I guess was like thrown on stage and he accidentally slipped on
why
it.
the hell would you throw your phone
I mean,
up
if you
on
throw
stage?
your phone, you give up your phone,
You're
right?
an idiot.
Yeah.
Plus, they're expensive.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a rash of these, like stand-up comics have dealt with this too lately. It's like,
right. You have to make examples out of these people and make it so punitive. For years, and I was surprised they agreed to do this, but do you guys know that TV networks will never show somebody running on the field or
Yes,
running on the court.
of course.
It's because they don't want to encourage it.
Right. I disagree with that rule, by the way. I think they should show them because I'm fascinated when somebody runs on the field, and I'm especially excited when they got
idiots doing it for attention.
But I especially love when talk about punitive. They take people out when they go. They absolutely take people out.
Greg, there was one at a UCLA football game a few years ago. I'm surprised the guy's not dead.
Yeah, they got a Rams one this year, and I mean, just clocked the guy. Just clocked him.
Yeah,
it
and I
was
have no
excellent.
sympathy for anybody who gets hit.
So, don't you think showing the guy get clocked is a deterrent?
No, I don't. I think showing him means, look, I got on TV. Everybody, I mean, think about it, Mace. You're a good example of this. Why did you post that picture of you with shirtless in a jacuzzi?
Let's see.
To get attention, right?
To get attention.
Actually,
it's kind of to troll you guys. That's
right.
That's
but
what I did when
that's
I was
what
away.
people would do.
Yeah.
Like people get drunk at a game. Like me and you go to a game. We get drunk, and you say, "Ireland, I'll give you $100 if you go run on the field."
Yep.
And then I go do it, and then so we've got to make it so punitive that people will stop throwing.
By the way, our friend Crypto Ray has created a really, really touching tribute to Earth Day. It is on my Twitter timeline.
Is today Earth Day?
Today is Earth Day.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Go Earth. I'm pro Earth. I don't know about you guys, but I'm
So am I.
pro Earth. I'm with you, Earth. But there's a really beautiful meme that was created by Crypto Ray that Ireland, you got to take a look at.
All right. I'll check it out.
It's so touching and honest and real. All right,
What's
do
that,
I got one
Phil?
more?
No, I know it's none of those things. Go ahead.
Very touching.
Got another one for you guys here. So we were talking about the list that came out earlier, but voted on by NBA players about most overrated and all that. And there was another one about best all-time player voted on by these NBA players.
I've not seen this list.
So this one kind of surprised me. And the top, you'll follow is MJ 45% of the vote,
Okay.
LeBron 42% of the vote,
Whoa.
and then it's a huge drop off. Kobe 9%, Steph, Magic, and here's the kicker: Paul Pierce at 6th.
Paul Pierce.
So when you guys think of who's the greatest player of all time, is Paul Pierce? That kind of jumped in there for me.
Brian, is Kareem not on that list?
Kareem wasn't on it.
Is
Nope.
Bird on that list?
Bird was not on it.
They went. So wait a minute.
Kareem
So
and
it's Paul
Wilt have
Pierce
a
instead
case.
of Bird?
Now, I'll in full transparency, this is what they tweeted out. So the first 6 are the only one that
And
were
this
shown.
is voted on by players.
By players, yes.
Right. Wow, Paul Pierce. That's interesting.
Right.
So read the list in order.
So it was MJ 45% of the vote.
Yep.
LeBron 42% of the vote. Kobe with 9%, and then Steph, Magic, and Paul Pierce all had 0.8%.
My only problem with that list is that it doesn't have Wilt and Kareem on it. If Wilt and Kareem should get some votes, I have no issue with the order other than that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the order is about right. I don't quite get Paul Pierce, but I agree with you, John. I mean, you're leaving guys out. You're leaving out Bill Russell. You're leaving out Wilt. You're leaving out some of the really, really talented players in the history of the game. But again, it's a player's vote. I think it was 127 NBA players, current NBA players that voted. So that's their take. I'm surprised that it's as close between Jordan and LeBron.
It's the 4th year they've done it, and this is the closest LeBron has ever been. So the more we get away from Jordan's playing days, the closer it's going to get.
Exactly.
What's that, Fu? All right, guys. So I have I came across a study that said that married couples don't like to be around their partner when they're using the restroom, if you guys get my drift.
Okay, sure.
So my question to you guys would be, because I have a small apartment.
Yep.
I'm not married.
Right.
But my boyfriend and I have this thing, like, if one's in the restroom, we're far away.
Right.
Right? We just don't. Whatever you're doing,
Sure.
that's your business. But they were saying that if you're okay with it, that you would tend to be closer as a couple. Like, there's more, more open communication. And I want to know if you guys
So it's
find
like
the comfort levels there.
The couple that poops together stays together?
Kind of, yeah. I didn't want to say that, but essentially.
Laura, based on this question, Lisa and I will be together until the day we die.
Yep. Yeah. By the way, we have an open door policy at my house.
Okay.
Yeah. The
I
same
wanted
thing
to
going
know.
on in my
I was
house.
like, I wanted to know because I don't know if it's because I'm not married yet, and it's kind of still. You guys have big houses too, right? So it's not like we're.
Yeah, I actually will go. I will go into another room if I got to do my business, and I know Lisa's in there, but she doesn't care. she'll just do whatever she wants.
Yeah, nobody cares in my house either.
Okay.
Well, although we have 2 bathrooms, and one is generally my bathroom, and one is generally his bathroom.
Okay, but I feel like that's why it's so like, oh, okay.
But we don't close doors and turn up music and all this.
In my master bedroom, Laura, I don't even have a door for the toilet.
Have you ever done the thing bathroom. Like when you're at somebody's house and you've got to go and you turn up the water
all the time
in the sink so that nobody can hear what's going on?
Heck yeah.
Brian, I want your opinion because they've been married for a while, but what about you with Allison?
It's pretty same, It goes.
Open door?
Yeah, open door.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we don't necessarily do it on purpose. But
By the way, if you don't have an open door policy, that may come back to haunt you later.
It's true.
Oh,
if you need your own space all the time.
Taking notes.
All right. Tell you what, coming up next for you, we're getting ready for Lakers Nuggets Game 2. We'll have the game for you here on 710 ESPN. We got Game of Games in about a half hour, and then Super Crosstalk. Shadano and Cappy are here for some combo plate action. In the meantime, Dodgers lose 6 of 9 in their homestand, and they're going to have to wait a little bit until they get what is potentially an ace back to their starting rotation. We got that coming up next for you. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN.
Okay, BBGO is the official game day snack of the Lakers. Mouth-watering Korean snacks and meals in minutes. Keep your freezer stocked with BBGO for a delicious meal in minutes. Korea's #1 food brand is making the world a whole bunch more delicious. Minimum effort, maximum flavor. You can get this stuff at all major grocery stores. I go to Ralph's. It's in the freezer aisle, but you can get it at any of those places. BBGO Mandu are the largest, juiciest dumplings in the market. Every day is the day to live delicious with BBGO, the official game day snack of the Lakers.
in Los Angeles, and we thank all of our podcast listeners for that.
If you ever miss a moment, get your fill anytime. Just search Mason and Ireland wherever you get your podcast.
This is a song, Mason. This is Teddy Swims. This is all I've been hearing recently. In my brain, it's
This is
Lose
a good
Control.
old school jam.
You like
Sounds
this,
like
Ireland?
Chris Stapleton.
It does.
It's Teddy Swims. I love this guy.
Teddy Swims.
Teddy Swims.
John, I don't know if you know this, but we've planned a team trip to the Hollywood Bowl to see Noah Khan. Are you in?
Out.
Come on.
You're the only one that's in.
No, everybody's going to see Noah Khan. Brian?
I'm in.
Brian's in. Excellent.
Laura?
Mace, you know why I'm out?
Why?
I have no idea who Noah Khan
Oh,
is.
come on. Season of the Stick. It's like one of the big songs right now.
But you like
for
that,
me.
though? It's nice.
No, I like that. Teddy Swims.
Yeah.
I was mad that I missed the Jimmy Buffett tribute concert. Did you hear who showed up for that thing?
Pepe.
Everybody in
Pepe
the world.
went.
Yeah, Pepe.
He
Yeah.
was there, yep.
But
He's
like
here.
everybody and anybody. Paul McCartney was there.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
That Pepe, he goes where the action is, doesn't he?
Pepe's here.
He goes to more concerts than you and I to combine.
Pepe is here?
Yeah,
What's
Pepe's here at the
What's he
station.
doing? Like meeting with salespeople, MCs, or
know.
where
I
is
don't
he?
see
He's
him.
roaming
Probably.
around. I haven't seen the guy.
Well, he's
I saw
coming
him
in
in Hollywood.
Thursday.
Oh, right. Are
Yeah,
we
him
doing
and Michael
potpourri?
Him and Michael but no, Michael's doing the game on Thursday.
I thought it could be our final chance for potpourri of lies.
Well, Pepe will come in and do it
That's
even if
true.
there isn't a Laker game if we ask him
Yeah, that's
to.
true. That's
we just
true.
have to ask him.
So the Dodgers played terribly this past homestand. They lost 6-9 yesterday. Tyler Glasnow, stopper, great performance. Dodgers win 10-0 when they needed it most. They needed to snap out of what was going on. And the bad news, here's a little bit of bad news. Walker Buehler, who we've been waiting to come back to the Dodgers rotation, had a rehab start at OKC on Thursday. He only lasted 2 innings and change through 68 pitches, so he's got another rehab start on Wednesday of this week. That'll be rehab start number 5. We'll see if we get him back after that.
Okay,
Certainly
so
could
let me
use
ask
him.
you something about that.
Yeah.
You said in the tease the Dodgers are going to have to wait a while before they get their ace.
Yes.
Isn't Glasnow now an ace?
Yeah, Glasnow is their ace. He is their
he had a bad
stopper.
start not the one before yesterday.
Right, and he
But-
was sick. That's Oral pointed out a number of times yesterday. He did get lit up by Washington on the 15th, but he was sick that day.
Yeah, I like him. I mean, obviously he's got to stay healthy, which
Yeah.
has been his big issue in his career, but he's really good.
I think we all forget how good Walker Buehler is.
We haven't seen it in 2 years.
again, the issue with Dustin May and Walker Buehler is now they've each, Greg, correct me if I'm wrong, haven't they each had multiple surgeries, both of them?
Two
Yeah.
Tommy
that's
Johns.
that's a normal thing now. Shohei is
Right.
on his second
But,
one as
like,
well.
Dustin May, you hear people talk about his stuff and how his ball moves better than almost anyone ever. Well, maybe the reason is he's putting so much torque into his arm and his body that he's never going to be able to pitch long term.
Right.
I mean, maybe the ticket for Dustin May is to do the Eric Gagne thing and put him in the bullpen.
100%. I absolutely agree with you. I love Evan Phillips as a closer.
Evan Phillips is money.
But when he comes in, when Dustin May comes in, that's what you're going to have a song. It's going to be Enter Sandman or whatever song he chooses. And he's going to come out there and he's going to throw like nasty strikes.
Right.
I would love to see him for 1 inning and just 1 inning only as a closer.
He'd be great. And
great.
by the way, this year, that's probably all you're going to get him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's coming back off
Mace,
surgery.
I don't even know if he's coming back this
Right.
year.
I mean, I think it's questionable if he comes back at all or not this year. I mean, Buehler's close. He's going to be
this month still. I mean, even if he pitches on Wednesday, and he does well, he'll be back after that. So he'll still make it before May.
Absolutely. Now, the Dodgers, the bottom of the lineup has become a ridiculous problem, I think, for the Dodgers. Between Outman and actually the one guy that's now come around and had a good day yesterday and I think is going to get some run is Andy Paez. Who homered yesterday, doubled yesterday, seemed to find a groove for himself. I think he's going to get a lot of run with his team.
I think he got a walk, too, somewhere in there. But at the same time, yeah, Dave Roberts said he was going to get a lot of runway. He was going to be in there against lefties, righties. It didn't matter. So he'll either play center field and Teoscar when James Mountain's out against lefties, or he'll play right and Teoscar will go to left. So he's going to be playing.
Let me ask you guys this. How hot is Dave Roberts' seat if these guys are 500 at the All-Star break?
Not hot at all.
Nope.
He's our manager this year no matter what.
Yeah, it's what Dave does in October, and they're going to be in the playoffs in October. They still lead the division.
Yep.
But the bottom of the lineup is definitely a problem. Pages helps that a little bit, but
Hopefully.
Outman's been terrible. Lux has been terrible.
Out of those three,
Rojas has been okay-ish.
Yep, he's been fine. But out of those guys at the bottom of or people you're talking about, who do you have the most faith that will turn it all around?
Gavin Lux.
No, James Outman's the only one that you just wanted to get me upset. Is that what you're doing there?
Why are you anti-Gavin Lux?
Yeah,
because
why do you hate
not
Gavin
a good
Lux?
baseball player.
Well, defensively,
wait a minute. He dominated the minors
well.
for 5 years.
Good for dominating the minors. In pro ball, in the major leagues, he has not dominated at all at any point in his career. I mean, it's been now, I think, 4 years that he's been there. He didn't grab hold of it.
Well, 1 year you got to throw out.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. You have to throw it out, but he's never really grabbed a hold of that, even when he did have that whole year. And he's starting off slow again. If he's just going to be a singles hitter, he's not good enough to be on the Dodgers.
I don't necessarily agree with that. Every team's got a dead spot in their lineup. If he bats me 260,
he's not though. He's batting like 140.
Wait a minute though. To Greg's point though, Mace, if you're going to have a dead spot in the lineup, shouldn't you have that spot for a really good fielder? Like, give it a Rojas if that's how you feel.
But here's the thing.
John's right.
Lux, there's no reason. He's not defensively a problem at all.
He's not a problem at
but
second.
He's not an asset.
But at this moment, he's a net neutral defender. I mean, he's not a great defender. He's not a terrible defender.
Right, but isn't Rojas, Greg, a plus defender?
Yes, he's a plus defender. If you're not going to give me anything at the plate, I want you to at least have some plus abilities on the
Mace,
field.
you know, this is the old argument about catchers. Remember, for years, the catcher would hit eighth, but if he was an elite defensive backstop, it didn't matter. It was worth it. So now with a DH, you can have one dead spot in your lineup.
See, here's the thing about Lux. If you go back to 2022, the year before he tore his ACL, he had 471 plate appearances, 421 at-bats. I would call that a full season.
That is?
Batted .276, 7 triples, 6 homers, 42 RBIs. If you get that, and 7 stolen bases, do you not think building on that is a great asset to the Dodgers?
I think that is some asset, but if you actually go back and look at that season that you're talking about, he started off on fire. He had over 300 halfway through. He was hitting over 300 halfway through the season, and then it all fell off. He got a little bit injured, like as you do in a big season, but he dropped from over 300 for most of the season down to that 276. The second half of the season, he was bad.
Right.
He was just
but
bad.
I'm not ready. I've seen him play well, so I'm not ready to write him off entirely. He's handling the position.
2-month period.
He's handling the position defensively, and if Pages gets a long runway, I think Gavin Lux deserves one too.
He is nothing more than a platoon second baseman, and that is not something that this team, this specific Dodgers team that has Shohei Ohtani and Freddie Freeman and Mookie Betts, and you're saying that you're going to win 110 games and win a World Series.
Yep.
Having a dead spot of a platoon second baseman as a part of that is not something that's necessary.
But what's wrong with flipping back and forth?
Because he hits singles, and he doesn't do anything else.
Does
barely.
Miguel Rojas do more than Gavin Lux?
Yeah, he at least has a home run.
He's batting 250. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I think Gavin Lux is a better hitter than Rojas, Greg, don't you?
Well, he's supposed to be, but he has not been.
But again,
he's batting 140 with
you're
one extra base
trapped
hit.
in this moment. It's
we're not even out of April.
22nd.
It's not one moment. This is his entire career.
Right. No, I just read you his number.
That was for a 2-month period.
Right, but so it's there. It's only April the 22nd.
Greg, I'm with Mace. I would not give up on him yet. I think it's too early to throw the towel in on him. Now, if
it was always June 1st. June 1st
was always the date. If we have this conversation in July at the All-Star break and he's still doing this, I'll come over to you.
I'll buy that.
Yeah.
I'll buy that. If it's the All-Star break, he's still struggling, I'll buy that.
Okay.
And by the way, if it's the All-Star break and he's struggling, I think you probably go out and get Willie Adames from Milwaukee.
If you can, yeah, absolutely. But then he's a shortstop.
And Mookie moves to second. Yep. And you've got a solid power hitting second or shortstop.
And then Rojas is able to do what he's supposed to do, and
which is
just a
super utility guy.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. We got that solved. Thank God.
Completely solved. I always said June 1st. June 1st was always the date for me on Gavin Lux. I'll push it back if you want to the All-Star break.
All right, coming up next for you. Let me see. Let's do this. It's a case of putting your money where your mouth is. Do you know this Jim Harbaugh story?
I think so.
We'll talk about it coming up next. Mason in Ireland, 710 ESPN. Let me tell you about my friends at Commerce Casino. 2 weeks ago is when I went out and played. I get out there on a pretty regular basis to play at Commerce. It is my official, the coolest poker room in all of the world and in all of Southern California for sure. And right now you can experience the thrill of the world's largest poker room right in the heart of L.A. The World Series of Poker is coming to the Commerce Casino and Hotel May the 10th through the 24th. Take in the first WSOP ring event outside of Vegas in 2024. Visit commercecasino.com for more details. That's commercecasino.com for more details. Take a seat, get right in the action. One tournament can change your life. Win big at the Commerce Casino and Hotel. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
A fun way to drive home is with Sedona.
Mason in Ireland continues now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the program the great Pepe Mentilla. Pepe, welcome.
Pepe, what are you doing?
Hey, how you doing, guys?
He told me he's ready for the game. He told me he's ready for the game tonight. He's bringing a great deal of. Oh, give me my machine.
Focus.
There you go.
Focus.
There you go.
Pepe, do you agree with me that they should have AD guard Jokic the whole game? Just quit screwing around with these, giving him different looks. I mean, we're up against it now. We got to have AD guard Jokic.
We have to make Jokic guard Davis and then maybe get a couple of fouls.
Yeah.
Early.
Now, you originally said Lakers in 3, right? Pepe was Lakers in 3.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Listen, it's Hispanics.
Yeah.
We have 2 Tuesdays in the week. You know that, right?
2 Tuesdays?
Yeah.
2 miércoles?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Friday.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. But that doesn't mean that I said that the Lakers are winning.
Okay, right.
In
3. You had them. Did you have them in 4?
No, I said.
What was your original prediction,
I
Pepe?
said Lakers in 6.
Yeah, you feeling good?
Yeah.
After watching that matchup, do you like the way that matchup looks for the Lakers?
They could have won that game. They could have won that game.
But it went exactly the way we thought, which was Denver pulls away at the end. They're a tremendous fourth quarter team. Last 5 minutes of the game, forget about it. They're money.
How many open shots Russell had?
Many.
20.
Okay. You know how hard. John, you're going to have to agree with me in this.
Yeah, by the way, John, did you hear that? You have to agree.
No,
I'm listening. Let him make his point.
Whoopie-doo. That's right. Oh, or la-di-da. Or la-di-da. Okay. So, anyways, how hard is it to play in Denver because of the altitude?
Oh, the altitude. Yeah. John, are you short of breath?
I'm not, but I'm pretty drugged up.
Congratulations.
Yeah, how is your voice?
Good.
Ever since I came here with no voice. But the one thing I'll say, Pepe, is it does make a little bit of a difference, but after the first quarter, I think you get used to it. And the Lakers actually played great in the first quarter.
And then they got tired because that's what happens in the altitude of Utah and Denver, particularly. On the years that I've seen basketball, I always notice that.
Well, Pepe makes an interesting point. It's certainly out there, and just to your eye, LeBron in particular looked gassed late in the third quarter and into the fourth quarter. Do you guys agree with that?
Well, it shows in his stats too, but I don't. At this point, I wouldn't have taken LeBron out in the fourth quarter. I just would have left him in,
even if he's gassed and struggling and not able to keep up defensively.
Nobody else was doing anything.
And the other thing that really worries me is that the people from the bench don't take any
production,
shots.
Right?
They don't take any
Pepe,
shots.
can you remember a game where only one player? Not only was Taurean Prince the only player to make a shot, he was the only player to take a shot.
Never.
Yeah, me either. I don't remember any of that ever happening before. Spencer Dinwiddie was brought here to score.
Yeah.
If he gets on the court and doesn't shoot, then don't put him in.
He has to shoot. I don't know why he's so afraid of shooting.
Are we going to glaze over the fact that you just said LeBron James was tired in the third quarter?
What do you mean?
Like LeBron James he's tired in the third quarter. Is that you're in the first game of a playoff series. You're in a playoff series just in general. Being tired in the third quarter.
Coming off a few days off.
He didn't play since what, Tuesday?
Yeah.
So you were tired in the third quarter on Tuesday.
In the fourth, Mace. You thought he looked tired in the third?
I thought he faded in the third.
Right. But it doesn't matter when he gets tired.
Then was gassed in the fourth.
It doesn't matter when he's getting tired. First, second, third, fourth. It doesn't matter. If you're not going to be playing well to the best of your abilities in the third and fourth quarter, what are we doing here? We talked about a lot of times beforehand about whether or not we're going to give him that 3-year contract, 2-year contract. I don't want to get rid of him. I'm just saying, why are you going to give more money to a guy that can't be healthy in the third quarter of a playoff?
Wait a minute, Greg.
In the first round?
Wait a minute. Look at his overall performance. LeBron was unbelievable.
No, you can't just look at numbers when it comes to LeBron. He's always going to get big numbers. I don't think.
How are you going to replace those numbers?
You can't dismiss the big numbers.
No, you can't dismiss it. But if you're not,
they had a significant lead. They got that lead in the first half because of LeBron.
Yes, he was great in the first half. But if you're not going to be good, or even if you're not going to be great or even good in the second half, that doesn't help you.
So who do you put instead of LeBron?
No, they can't go into that. Like you're going to keep him on his deal. I'm just saying I would not go if this is going to be the LeBron we get moving forward. I get that he's 40 years old. I get that this is what normal humans do. They get tired.
Sure.
But he's supposed to be higher.
I could not disagree with you more. He's playing. He's going to be All NBA this year, which means he's going to be one of the top 15 players in the league.
Regular season.
Right.
Yeah, but still, I mean,
he's the greatest postseason player in NBA history.
He's tired in the third quarter in this postseason.
In one game.
This is
in one game.
The play-in game too.
The guy's been to 11 finals.
He appeared tired. I don't know what was going on out there.
We don't know for sure. He's never going to come out and say
I was tired.
No. But you guys are all saying, his numbers looks like it. See, I can see his numbers say that he was tired.
Greg, he can opt out. If you don't offer him a good deal, he'll just go somewhere else.
And that's okay.
It's a very high price to pay. You're honestly.
I think you let him opt in. You go to another year.
Right, no, it's a new deal, right, John?
No, he has 1 year left, but it's a player option. So what's going to happen is LeBron's going to opt out. He's going to ask the Lakers for the new deal. And Greg, what you're saying is you wouldn't give him one.
I wouldn't give him a 3-year, $180 million deal. No.
Boy, I would.
That's what he's eligible for. 3
I would
years,
too.
Of course
3
you
years,
would.
180.
I would
no.
too.
You're giving $180 million to a guy that's not going to be healthy in the third quarter of the first round of the first game of the playoff series.
Greg, you're basing that on one game.
No,
I'm looking at the whole season.
Yeah, I know. Well, the whole season. This is what matters. And in the play-in game, he faded in that third quarter. He was bad from third quarter to fourth quarter.
So we'll continue to follow the tiredness storyline.
Let's see what happens today.
But Ireland.
I picked Lakers in 6.
I know you do.
I would not give LeBron 3 years, 180.
Why don't it's going to cost that much?
I know he's eligible for it.
Right. I think it'll come in a little under that if he wants to stay in LA, but I would give him 3 years. I would have no hesitation. I mean, if he's going to play at this level, if he's playing at an all-NBA
level, yeah.
Like Kobe was not playing at an all-NBA level when the Lakers gave him his last contract. LeBron is.
If we have the same storyline moving forward for the next 3 games, or next 3, 4, 5, whatever amount of games that there's left, that he's tired in the third and fourth quarter, do you still want to stick with that?
Yeah.
All right, answer me this, Greg. If you let him walk, how do you replace those numbers?
See, I don't have an answer to that. I'm not a GM.
You're going into a complete rebuild without LeBron.
It does go and also you don't get a lot of money back.
A rebuild.
You don't actually get a lot of money back. If you don't give him that $180 million, you don't all of a sudden get $60 million.
Right, because they're over the cap.
Which is another reason why you give it to him.
Right.
Yeah.
But no,
I will.
But then you're putting yourself into this position again.
You know what, Greg?
For him to be tired in the third quarter.
What's interesting is we're, about an hour and 40 minutes in the show, and you seem a little tired.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
You seem tired.
I was just gonna say that.
Why?
To a point
you
that
want to give me
I'm
$60
scared.
million and I'll be
why
wide
bring
awake
in
the
a
bounce it off the wall?
Why bring in a producer who gets tired towards the end of the show?
You know that you are something else. You know that.
No, I was just gonna say that. I'm glad you said it because
all of a sudden
I was kind of afraid.
John and Pepe, who are the biggest
gassed.
Lakers homers ever.
Doesn't he look gassed?
Opinions.
He looks gassed.
You look.
I don't have
hey,
numbers.
Pepe, you want to play Game of Games?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in.
Hopefully, Greg's able to finish because he's exhausted.
Or la-di-da.
Picking Bergman as the favorite to win this game.
Yeah. Oh, good. Bergman, you'll give us the score when we come back because we're getting towards the end of the month.
Yeah, Wednesday is the start of 2 a day.
All right, awesome. Pepe's here. Ireland's in Denver. Bergman, Brian, Laura, everybody's in the house, and we'll do Game of Games coming up next for you. In the meantime, if you're riding in the back seat and injured in an Uber or Lyft accident, totally different than a normal wreck. Your driver is covered by Uber or Lyft. So not only are you dealing with the other person's insurance company, you got to talk to the rideshare company insurance company as well. The rideshare company insurance company. I guess it does make sense. You don't want to deal with this on your own. That's the bottom line. You got to find an expert. And my friend Jacob is the expert when it comes to handling Uber and Lyft cases. Years ago, Jacob and his team took on these cases before other attorneys. He understands all the nuances involved in this kind of accident. If you're injured in any kind of rideshare accident, only one name to remember. It is Jacob, Jacob, Jacob. Remember, a lot of attorneys say they'll fight for you. Call Jacob. He'll win for you. 844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. 844-24-JACOB. Or remember...
Accident or injury, call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. Make sure you're following Call Jacob on Instagram and Facebook for prizes, insight, and more. That's at call.jacob. Mason and Ireland, 710 ESPN.
844-24-JACOB. That's 844-24-JACOB. We got the jingle.
Call Jacob.
Thank you. Game of games time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, it is game of games time. Pepe Mantilla is hanging out. It's Ireland's game today. But Bergman, what's the score right now for the month of April?
So it's Bergman 3, Ireland 2, Brian 2, Laura 2, Mason 1, Andy 1, Momo 1, Pepe 1, DeMarco 1, DeAndre 1, Stano 1.
Wow. Easily the most diverse scoreboard we've ever had.
All right. What are you pointing to?
I want a piece of paper.
A piece of paper. Yeah. Absolutely. So it's Ireland's game today. Ireland, what do you got going?
All right, here we go. I'm in Denver, so this is a quiz about the Mile High City. Some true or false, some multiple choice. Here we go. Multiple choice. What was the first permanent structure built in Denver? Was it A, a saloon, B, a hospital, or C, a trading post? Brian Cohen, saloon, hospital, or trading post?
Trading post.
Greg Bergman.
I like trading post also.
Laura.
I did too, but I'm going to go with saloon.
Okay, Mace.
I think trading post.
Pepe.
Trading post.
Laura Romo has the lead. It's a saloon.
Yeah, of course it was a saloon.
Okay. True or false? Because of Denver's air and altitude, it's also easier to get drunk. Alcoholic drinks can sometimes feel 3 times more potent in the Mile High City. Greg Bergman, true or false?
Oh, God, I think it is true, but I'm going to go false.
Okay,
nice.
Laura.
Good strategy.
You like that? Go against what I think.
Yes.
Yeah. Laura, what are you going here? True or false?
Because they built a saloon first, I'm going to go with true.
You're going true. Mace.
Yeah, I think it's true.
Pepe.
It's false.
Brian.
I think it's true.
It is true, which means Laura has the lead. Laura has 2, Mace 1, Brian 1, Greg and Pepe yet to scratch.
Have you tried this out? Have you been out drinking yet, Johnny? Have you
No,
gotten
I've
your,
been under the weather the whole time I've
your
been
whiskey
here. So
sours out at the club?
0 alcohol since I've been here. All right, multiple choice. This band played their first show in America at the Denver Auditorium Arena on December 26th, 1968. Was it A, The Who, B, Pink Floyd, or C, Led Zeppelin? Laura, The Who, Pink Floyd, or Led Zeppelin?
I really don't know, so I'm going to go with Led Zeppelin.
Okay, Mace.
I'm also going to try Led Zeppelin.
Pepe.
I'm going to say Pink Floyd.
Okay, Brian.
I'm also going to go Pink Floyd.
Greg.
Pink Floyd makes the most sense.
The answer is Led Zeppelin, and Laura Romo is 3 for 3.
Did you give her the answers ahead of time?
I did not.
She's good.
Here we go.
Yeah. So what was it, George's thing? Swag system?
Yeah. Swag system, exactly.
Using it today. Okay, true or false? Mace, this one's coming to you.
Yep.
During the Denver Broncos AFL years, they had the best record of any AFL team. True or false?
False.
Mace. You're going false. Pepe.
False.
Brian.
True.
Greg.
False.
Laura.
True? I don't know.
It is false. They have the worst record of any AFL team, and Mace has tied the game.
Yes. I'm on the board. I'm on the board.
Laura 3.
Me and you,
Brian,
Pepe.
Greg, and Pepe all on the board. All right, Pepe, this one coming to you. William McGaw, one of the first settlers of Denver, named several downtown streets after people in his life. One of the streets, Wawada, was named after his Sioux Indian wife. Another street, Wazee, which is still here, was named after who? A, his daughter, B, his brother, or C, his mistress.
Say the name again.
Okay, the name of the street is Wazee.
Wazee.
Wazee. Mm-hmm. Pepe, was that named after his daughter, his brother, or his mistress?
I know this one as mistress.
You're saying mistress, and you're saying you know.
Gets the game.
Brian.
Yes.
I'm going to go with the brother.
You're going brother. Greg. Daughter, brother, or mistress?
I'm
Greg?
going with Pepe because he knows so well that is the
Okay.
mistress.
Laura, daughter, brother, or mistress?
Dang, I wanted to go mistress, but Popa realized, so I'm going daughter.
You're going daughter, Mace.
I'm going to go mistress.
The answer is mistress, and Steve Mason has the lead.
This is where you play
Shoulda
the player,
went
not
with.
the game, because John Ireland's going to go with the mistress. That's always
You know what? Good point, Greg. Good point. Good
And
point.
Got a
Pepe,
little
don't say
Wazee
you
on the
know
side.
when you're going first. You're throwing the game.
Did you actually know?
No.
No, that's why.
Oh, Okay, so good.
No, it was
All
a
right.
I learned
full-on,
this from Mason.
full-on head fake there.
All right, here we go. I got 3 more and then a tiebreaker.
Okay.
Multiple choice. In 1902, the police at Denver Union Station, which is the train station that's still here, started enforcing this rule on platforms because it slowed down the trains. Was it A, no smoking, B, no kissing, C, no praying? Brian, no smoking, no kissing, or no praying?
No kissing.
No kissing. Greg,
I'm gonna say
no
no
smoking, praying.
I'm gonna say no praying.
Okay, Laura.
I'm also going no praying.
Mace.
No praying.
Pepe.
No praying.
The answer is no kissing, and Brian is the only one who got it.
All right, now.
All right, so the score now is Mace 4, Laura 3, everybody else 2.
Mace got to go first.
Yep.
Okay.
2 left. Here we go.
All right. True or false? Mace, true
Yep.
or false? The entire state of Colorado has one area code, 303. True or false?
True.
Pepe.
I have to go
Yeah, you have to go false.
false.
Okay. Brian.
False.
False. Laura, you
Greg.
don't have to go false, but I go false.
Greg, you're going false. Laura.
Well, I want to catch, so I have to go false.
So you can wait
All right.
for another
Laura,
one.
you're going false?
Wait, no. I said if
sorry.
I have to go.
Preemptive.
Well,
I have
just
to
give
go
me an
for-
answer.
Okay, true.
You should have gone false.
Dang.
They have 5. 303-719-720-970 and
Mace got me.
983.
Laura, you helped me there.
I
All right,
did.
so now
I did.
Mason has 4 and everyone else has 3. Okay? So we're right there.
Make it very
All right,
difficult.
and actually I have 2 more. Here we go.
Okay, 2
and
more.
then a tiebreaker.
Okay.
All right. Multiple choice. Denver is home to the very first one of these. Is it A, Chipotle, B, Taco Bell, or C, Del Taco? Mace, Chipotle, Taco Bell, or Del Taco? Denver is the first home to one of those. Which one is it?
I'm going to go Chipotle.
Okay, Pepe.
Del Taco.
Brian.
Taco Bell.
Greg.
Mace already won. He got it. It was Chipotle, but I'll go.
Well, there's 2
Taco.
left. So
Yeah.
if you want to go
there's 2 left?
Chipotle, go Chipotle.
Okay, I'll go Chipotle if there's 2 left.
Laura.
Okay, Chipotle.
Chipotle is the right
I was
answer.
like,
So
okay.
You're
Pepe
welcome.
and Brian
Thank
are
you.
out.
Yep.
Mace has a 1-point lead over Laura and Greg.
Okay.
So, Mace, you can lock it up on this question.
Ready.
True or false?
Oh.
Denver really is exactly a mile high. True or false?
It's true.
All right.
So, Greg and Laura, you guys
Yeah,
have to
false.
go
We're going false.
right?
Yep.
Our winner is Steve Mason. It is
Nice.
100% true. As a matter of fact,
Nice job, Mace.
there's a place on the Capitol steps that is exactly 5,280 feet,
Yeah.
1 mile high.
Yeah, it's
All
amazing.
right, let's do the tiebreaker just for
Okay,
fun.
just for fun.
Colfax Avenue in Denver, Colfax,
Yes.
is the longest continuous street in America. How many miles long is Colfax Avenue? Closest wins, and you can go over. Mace, how many miles is Colfax Avenue?
11 miles.
11 miles. Pepe.
23 miles.
Brian.
30 miles.
Greg.
32 miles.
Shinano. 35.
Laura.
25.
Wow, Laura. 26 miles.
Oh.
But Steve Mason is your winner.
So now
Thank
Mace
you.
is on. So it's Bergman 3, Ireland 2, Brian 2, Lauren 2, Mason 2, Andy 1, Momo 1, Pepe 1, DeMarco 1, DeAndre 1, Sedano 1.
Virtually everybody.
I
is
should
in.
All right, guys, I'm out of here. I got to catch a bus.
All
but,
right.
go
Bye.
Lakers.
Go Lakers.
Good
Thanks
luck.
very much, John Ireland. Be back in
You guys
studio
will need
with
it.
us tomorrow. Yeah, a lot of luck. A lot of luck necessary. Right now, let's hit the super stage.
ESPN AM 710 Los Angeles. KRDC AM 1110 Pasadena, Los Angeles.
K256CX 99.1 FM Pasadena, Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk.
Are we ready for Sedano and Cap to join Mason in Ireland?
Super Crosstalk begins.
Super Crosstalk, presented by Coors Light. Coors Light, made to chill.
It's time for Super Crosstalk. Lost Talk.
Hey, Shadano and Cappy in the house, along with the great Pepe Mantilla, who is here. Cappy, what's going on? Did you have a wild weekend?
Little wild.
Yeah?
Little bit wild. In that I broke my...
weed thing?
I broke my weed celibacy.
Yeah. How'd that go?
TBH?
TBH.
Yeah.
To be...
Honest.
Honest. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
TBH.
TBH?
Yeah, TBH.
NGL?
No good looks.
No, not going to lie.
Not gonna lie. Yeah.
So TBH, NGL, didn't go that great for me,
Really?
Mace.
What went wrong? First of all, what was your means of consumption?
I broke my weed celibacy with a big fat doobie.
Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, go for the J. I'm all for that.
Yeah, and it was one of those deals that had, like, on the outside, these pre-rolls that had, like, I don't know, some kind of fairy dust on it.
Like resin. I think it's like resin. I don't know. First, I've just heard that there's like resin.
Yeah. I don't know what it is either.
Yeah. But
super
it adds
strong.
a little...
Yeah, really strong.
Adds a little bump there. And so you were too blasted?
Yeah, it was just like I was like jumping out of my skin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
So
That's never good.
No, that's not.
Yeah, but that's when you have like a shot of something.
Yeah, wash it down.
Yeah, have like a shot to like chill you out a little bit. Yeah.
Right. I think Rubber Rachel said to me, she's like, so you broke it after 5 months.
Yeah. Well, that was probably it. And then you probably had too much because you went back to the dosage you were used to when you were doing regular.
Right.
And then you were like having a panic attack.
Yeah, you got to ease your way back into it.
Yeah, you got to go half of what you were normally doing.
Right. I know. I just jumped right back in. Like, come on, this is
And you're also kind of anxiety ridden to begin with.
So anyway, that was it for me, Mace.
Yeah,
I was like, I told her, I go, you know what? I'm good with the occasional.
So are you quitting again?
No, I'm good with the occasional Saturday night gummy.
Yeah.
You know, but in terms of going back to the regular, I'm a supporter.
Yeah.
And I may come back, but for right now, I'm going back to sobriety.
The one thing I know is that the lovely Rachel has always got, how many gummies would you estimate she carries with her on her person at all times?
I'd say probably at least 60 units.
She does. I've never seen her when she didn't offer me a gummy, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's a nice thing to do. She usually doses the entire bar wherever we are.
Yes, she does.
You know, she walks around everybody and like goes, here,
She's
this
a
is for
pusher.
you.
She did that at the whiskey, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a drink. I don't know. I've never seen this before. I was at the Hotel Culver, which is a really
I saw that
good
drink.
spot. Yeah. The drink. You saw the drink?
I don't know what the drink is.
Okay, so the drink was like a whiskey drink or a bourbon drink with corn liqueur.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of it?
A mini corn. Elote.
It had a little baby corn on top of the ice cube, the big square ice cube. But the liquor apparently had a corn liquor in it.
I never seen that.
Bourbon and corn liquor was what it was. And the second one went down super easy.
Oh, yeah.
Super easy.
It usually happens.
I was
like
cross-faded. I was so cross. I was with the singers on Saturday, David and Patty. And by the way, let me just say something.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple of people in my life who, Dave is one of them, who's just such a great dad. He's such a great dad to his kids. I'm always impressed with that. And like Nicholas, his oldest, or his youngest now is playing tennis at Culver High, doing great. I mean, I'm impressed with that family. They do such a great job. And of course, I didn't understand. I don't remember anything we talked about because I was completely crossfaded. But I'm sure it was wonderful.
The corn drinks.
The corn drink. Do you ever have the elote liqueur?
No, never.
Yeah, I got to try that.
Yeah, I'm just such a simple drinker. You know, give me a Coors Light, give me a Tequila Mandala, or give me a Tito's soda.
And Tito's? Yeah, that's your kind of your drink, right?
Yeah, go to. Clean, you know, crispy, refreshing, you know.
Yeah.
Not too colorful, not too sugary.
Yeah, right. I like that.
Tito.
I like sugary and I like colorful. I like both of those.
Hey, Pepe.
Yes.
So are you and me officially making plans for Neil Young for September, or what's the story?
I already told you I have my seats already.
Oh.
Okay, they're very good seats. Okay, I'm sure that you're going to have better seats than me. But all I want is with one of the people that you know, and you know everybody because you know a guy. Okay,
right.
I want you to get me a VIP because I want to go and take a photo with the great Neil Young.
Yeah, you and me both. We both do. I love Neil Young, and I've never seen Neil Young in concert.
I never seen Neil Young in concert by himself.
You got to get him now because this could be like his last tour.
I saw Crosby, Still, Nash and Young way back.
Yeah.
But by himself, no.
Okay,
So when they offered the tickets right away, I got him because what Mason just said.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I've seen Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I've never seen Neil Young by himself. I've never seen him with him. Now, here's my go-to guy, Pepe. I'm gonna put it out on the air. I don't care. You want to know who my go-to guy is? Who I'm going to call for my first back? This is my first guy. Now, if I strike out with this guy, then I got to go to guy 2.
Right.
But the number one guy that I'm calling for you and me to get backstage to meet Neil Young, you want to know who this is?
No. Yes. I want to know.
Pepe, do you?
Yeah, I want to know, of course.
First guy I'm calling is Bill Walton.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Cool, yeah.
First guy I'm calling
He's going to be there.
I'm going to say, Big Bill, listen to me. Me and Pepe Montilla, Pepe's girlfriend, and my girlfriend, the 4 of us are going to escort you backstage so that we can say hi to Neil Young together.
How about that?
I've seen Bill in a lot of concerts.
Oh, he's a big concert guy for sure.
Yes, he is.
I'm going to see. I want to go see Chris Stapleton.
Okay,
at the Bowl.
Me too. I'm trying to get tickets.
Chris Stapleton at the Bowl. Now, Cappy, you don't pay for tickets. How do you actually get in?
Well,
he just told you. He calls Bill Walton.
You just you just hit somebody up. You think Bill Walton has a direct connection to tickets for the Hollywood Bowl to see Neil Young?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but I may find myself having to pay for tickets. I mean, I'm going to try not to, of course. It's kind of my game. Another concert I want to see at the Hollywood Bowl is John Cougar Mellencamp. Pepe, any interest?
No, because I'm not going to be in town.
Oh, come on,
but,
Jack and Diane.
But I tell you what,
Little Pink Houses.
You miss a
Cherry Bomb.
great concert, the Jimmy Buffett tribute.
I know I did.
Great.
I know I did.
Amazing.
I know I missed that concert. I've seen all your videos.
It's funny. I've been saying all along that I want to see. Oh, there he is. I want to see Noah Khan at the Hollywood Bowl. I tried to get everybody to come see him, but nobody wants to go.
Don't know him.
And another
very folky guy, kind of Mumford & Sons kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole bunch of concerts that I want to see at the Hollywood Bowl.
This year there are more concerts I want to see than any year I can remember. Like I'll be there at least twice this summer.
And you said it. You know, guys like John Cougar Mellencamp or guys like Neil Young. It's kind of like Sting and Billy Joel just recently. You know, like Sting looks amazing. Sting is like 70 years old, and that dude is still hot.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. It's all that yoga.
He is like he can.
Well,
that guy.
The tantric.
Oh, he does the tantric.
Right.
So
and
he's
is
not getting
lean and ripped, and the guns look awesome, and so the guy is he's on fire.
Yeah.
And you look at Sting, and you're like, man, I better start watching what I eat, like Mason does, because I got to get like that by the time I'm 7.
Have you seen Sting in concert?
Yes, several times.
Oh, he's so good.
I saw them when they went on tour with the Police when they reunited.
Oh yeah,
I want to say like 07, 08.
We saw actually Ireland and I were at a concert at the Hollywood Bowl with Annie Lennox opening for Sting. Great show.
I bet. I saw them at Wrigley Field.
Oh wow,
it was only the second ever concert at Wrigley Field. I was sitting next to Rex Grossman, who was the quarterback of the Bears
right? Wow.
at the time, and the previous concert was Jimmy Buffett. That was the first ever concert at Wrigley Field.
What year do you think we're talking about?
It was like 07, 08, in that range.
Nice.
And then I had a friend who just went, who'd never been to the Hollywood Bowl. He flew in to watch the Buffett thing that you were talking about.
Lots of people from all over the country.
Had to be blown away.
And
he says
it was the greatest concert experience he's ever had just because the venue was so incredible. It's what I always tell people. I know there's a lot of great concert venues here in Southern California. My personal favorite is the Bowl.
The Bowl is the best.
Mine too. I mean,
what is number 2?
Totally.
I mean, the Greek is pretty damn good too.
The Greek is good.
I really like the Forum.
The Forum is good too. You know what?
Forum is great.
Another concert that I'm going to try to get tickets, and probably you too, Cappy.
Yep.
Eric Clapton.
Oh yeah.
I will tell you that Eric Clapton, for some reason, kind of like in a weird way, Paul McCartney, is just not as important to me as the two I mentioned to you earlier, which was Neil Young and John Mellencamp. Now, I know that probably seems weird to a lot of people. That I'd rather see John Mellencamp. I've never seen Bruce Springsteen in concert ever.
I saw John Mellencamp at his prime, and I really like it, but I prefer to see Eric Clapton. I saw Eric Clapton with Cream.
Yeah, oh yeah, right.
And he's always been
really
great.
Have you never seen Springsteen? Is that what you said, Captain?
Never seen Springsteen.
Oh, Springsteen is awesome.
Oh,
apparently, this last show he did in L.A. he did 3 hours and 45 minutes.
He's great. He opened the Staples.
Yeah, he was the very first act, 1999. I was at that concert, too. I saw him in Jersey which was cool.
Oh, that's
I saw him at
that's
the
great.
Meadowlands where his people are.
You know how many times I saw him at the sports arena?
Oh, yeah?
His favorite place to play.
Yeah, you know why?
Because of the cost.
He thinks all the suites at Crypto are very elitist and fans can't get close.
Yes.
That's why he went back to the sports arena, even though it was a total and complete dump at the time.
And he had clearance.
Yeah,
in the
Clarence
sacks.
Clemens, sure.
Yeah.
So, Cappy, you feeling good about? I know you're riding the roller coaster. The roller coaster a little dip, but are we going to climb tonight?
No, the roller coaster has you feeling really good before game one,
right? And
it has you feeling really good through the first half, and then you take that big dip in the second half, and now I'm way, way, way down in the dumps on the Lakers.
Are you?
But hey, listen, if they could leave Denver with a split, then all of a sudden by tomorrow I'll be back on the positive side of the roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? But for right now, I'm not feeling good at all.
Shadano, how are you feeling?
Not great.
You picked Lakers, or you picked
Denver in 6.
Nuggets in 6. I picked
Yeah,
Nuggets
and that
in
was
6.
actually, I feel like, being kind.
Honestly, looking at that, I wonder. Maybe 5.
Look, I think the Lakers
feels a little sweepy. We'll see what they do tonight.
I think the Lakers I think tonight is a close game.
I do too.
If I were a betting man, I would take the Lakers plus the 7 tonight.
I did that uncut. I've got Lakers plus 7.
Yeah, I took the Lakers plus the 6.5 on Saturday. Big mistake.
Yeah, no, that was a terrible mistake. But I think tonight's a closer game. And, it's going to come down to what it always comes down to, the last 5 minutes, basically.
Yep. And they're so good in the last 5 minutes.
Right. And technically that last game did not come down to the last 5 minutes, but it was close enough, and Denver out-executed them. They took out – here's the thing to me, like the Lakers lost a stretch of time when Jokic wasn't on the floor, and you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like that –
You have to take advantage of that.
100%.
Yeah.
So
totally.
Ireland said, and I agree, just send Anthony Davis at Nikola Jokic. He's your best defensive player. Just go.
Yeah.
Find a way.
Talking about Anthony Davis, what do you think not being among the 3 best defenders?
So I would not have put Wemby there.
Really?
I would not.
He led the league in blocks.
So what? It's a counting stat.
But on top of that, just the longest arms in the league.
So what? That doesn't mean anything. Like his team
he
sucked.
alters every shot. It doesn't matter.
His team sucks.
I understand.
His team sucked.
I understand.
That's
but
not like a
the
small
award
thing.
is in best defensive player on a really good team.
Where did they rank defensively as a team?
Don't know. Where did
Miami and Minnesota rank much higher as a team.
But again, to your eye, Wemby looks dominant.
Look, I think Bam has never been nominated. This is the first time he's been nominated. Guy guards every position.
Yes.
Okay? So he deserves the nod. Wemby, I don't think deserves to be there. And I can make the case Gobert doesn't deserve to be there either.
He shouldn't be there.
But
he's on a good team. That's why he made it.
Here's the case for Gobert.
Yeah.
Previous to this season, okay? And I know this because I've done their games recently, including this past weekend. And if you watch him closely, he's no longer the guy in Utah who just plays drop coverage and doesn't switch. Now he switches in every scenario, and it doesn't mean that he's great on every switch, but he's much better at doing that than he ever was. He never had the chance to do that in Utah. They didn't do that the first year in Minnesota, and Chris Finch challenged him and said, hey, as the head coach, you got to be able to switch. If you can't switch, then this isn't going to work.
Right.
And he's become a much better defender in the switch.
But what about his numbers? His numbers are not as good as Anthony Davis.
His numbers are not as good on the counting stats. I would say the analytics favor him, but
analytics favor Gobert over
AD. Slightly. But I still think AD should have been there over at least Wemby. Wemby to me was not deserving of it. Wemby's going to win 6,000 defensive players of the year. This was not the year to give him a nomination.
Cappy, your take.
But did Anthony Davis really come out and say that the NBA doesn't like me?
Of course.
Well, come on, really, dude? That's what the deal is. Like, hey, you know what? We should put Anthony Davis in here. He's one of the best defenders in the league. Nah, we don't like him.
But the NBA kind of doesn't. They snub the Lakers all the time.
I mean,
really?
Don't do
so
that.
That's the deal. That's the deal. Really, he was snubbed.
They do.
All the time.
Well, look at all the awards they're nominated for this year and last year.
Like what? Who should be nominated other than AD?
AD should be nominated.
And then who else?
I'm going back. Kobe won MVP.
LeBron? Okay, so
Kobe won one MVP.
So did Shaq, but that's just because
but that's
not a Lakers thing.
Sure, it is.
How many MVPs did Magic win?
It is a.
Kareem.
People
about here?
grudge on the Lakers because they're the Lakers.
The Lakers also get preferential treatment in a lot of cases too.
But not in this category.
Who votes for this? Do you vote for this?
I don't. I don't have a vote.
Who votes for this?
I mean, there's 100-something media people that vote for it.
From the East, maybe?
No, everywhere. Across?
A lot of people from the East.
I don't know. You can look it up. It's not confidential. You can see who voted for who.
By the way, did you see the players survey that The Athletic did?
I did.
127 players.
Yeah.
Overwhelmingly, Rudy Gobert is voted the most overrated
They
player.
don't like him. It's why he's always when they were doing. Remember when they did the All-Star game and they would pick players?
Yeah.
And he was always the last
Was he
player.
the last guy? Yeah.
Always.
Well, the NBA must like Rudy Gobert more than they like Anthony Davis,
No,
because
it's
Rudy
not-
Gobert is one of those three guys.
Right, but it's not the NBA, it's the media. The media sees Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert is an impactful defensive player.
Yeah,
Like,
but
he
AD
is.
says that people don't like him. That's why he didn't get it.
I think
such
that's
nonsense.
silly, personally. I don't think people don't like him. I think that AD, look, the unfortunate part for AD this year is he's playing with 4 guys more times than not that don't defend at a high level. Doesn't help his cause.
Right.
Okay.
Well, how about the other thing that doesn't help his cause, which is, and you and I have had this conversation many times, you look at the other big men around the West, and you look at their success against him.
Right.
So when you think about that,
Nurkic,
Sabonis.
Right. In those prime matchups against other premier big men, he
fades.
struggles.
Exactly.
Right. So
That
what
didn't
does he
help.
want?
Good point, Cappy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that
See,
is a
that's
good
my
point.
take right there, Mace. That's
Nice.
my take.
Look at
Good
that,
take.
Cappy.
Yeah.
I taught Cappy basketball over the last
It's
few years.
almost like
I didn't
he's
even
in
say
the
that he did.
league.
Right.
Yeah.
Almost. I'm on the
Almost.
outside.
He's
I'm on the
like-
outside.
He's
I'm on the
got like
periphery.
it's like when LeBron in Minnesota, he had the toe on the line.
Yeah, right.
Cappy's got like the toe on the line.
Right. I'm
Awesome.
dipping my toe in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mace, what's up with that
But I
sweatshirt you're wearing today? What is that?
I can't believe you said the Lakers don't get preferential treatment.
I
David
said-
Stern literally said, may he rest in peace, my ideal
I
finals
said
is the Lakers
people,
versus the
I
Lakers.
understand that. But
who said
for
that?
David Stern
but
said
for
that.
whatever reason, voters they snub the Lakers. They do.
They do.
How many MVPs is Magic?
Look, Rob Pelinka finished like 14th in Executive of the Year voting.
Rob Pelinka did not finish 14th. And second of all,
It was low. He was way down the list.
Rob Pelinka really deserved to be the
Yeah,
executive? Which year?
He pulled it.
Which year?
I
I'm
thought
saying
last
last
year he
year.
pulled an amazing trick. He made all those moves at the trade deadline, got him to the Western Conference Finals. He should have been at least
Who
5.
won last year? I don't even remember.
I
so
don't.
there
I
you
don't.
go.
I don't recall the executive.
Okay,
I just
but that's
remember
my
Rob
point.
was not in it.
He should have some recognition for the reason that you mentioned, Mace, because he did really good. The team
We
got
just gave
to
him
the Western Finals.
we just gave him recognition. Who was the executive of the year last year? I heard you
Monty
type it.
McNair.
Oh, Monty
The
McNair
Sacramento
totally
Kings
deserved
were
it.
the 2 seed.
Oh, Monty McNair, come on.
What are we doing?
He deserved it last year.
He did. The Kings were the 2 seed.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not saying that Monty McNair didn't deserve it. I'm saying
He
Rob
traded for
Pelinka.
Sabonis and
Rob
made a-
Pelinka shouldn't be as far down the list as he was.
Okay.
What was he, 14?
Well, but what does that mean?
It means something. It means they
come
don't really like Rob Pelinka.
You don't have enough. You have 17 banners.
want more. Want all the awards.
That's why people hate the Lakers.
No, but don't do that either. That's also preposterous.
Yeah.
No.
They are polarizing. I'll give you that. But don't make it seem like the media. The commissioner of the sport once said that the ideal finals is Lakers versus Lakers.
Right. No, I get that.
Jorge Sedano, let me tell you this. Okay.
Yeah, focus.
Lakers have this medicine that is a miracle.
They
you know
have
what it's
miracle
called?
medicine?
What is it called?
Lakers Selena. You know why?
What is Lakers Selena?
You know, like penicillin?
CCC.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So
There's also a thing I like
No,
to-
wait. You
Leave it.
have a player that is sick,
Yeah.
and suddenly they play the Lakers, and wow, he's ready to play the
I see.
Lakers.
So everybody brings their
They
best.
do that in
with
New
the
York
Lakers,
too,
yeah.
when they play at the Garden. Ask LeBron what's his favorite arena to play in. He kills the Knicks every year. But here's what I would tell you. You know what the Lakers fans also have? And I've said this for 8 years.
Hubris?
It's close.
Yeah.
Lakers exceptionalism.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just like, it's always God. Everyone's against.
If
Dude,
there's
you're not the gutty little Lakers.
If there's
like,
a
stop.
if there's
they
a
are.
free
You're
agent,
not.
he should be ours. If there's a
Maybe they
trade
don't have
target,
guts.
he should be
Right.
ours. We
You're
want
not-
all the good stuff.
You're not the gutty little Lakers.
Yeah.
You are the behemoth. You are the crown jewel.
This year they are the gutty little Lakers.
Well, against Denver.
Against
sure.
Denver,
But
yeah.
historically,
Big words
you're
coming
not.
from
Yeah.
Jorge Sedano.
You are the Yankees.
Yeah.
That's who you are. You're not.
Okay.
You're not like Sacramento.
Okay,
Stop.
listen. We got Shadano really wound up.
Yeah,
which is good.
Yeah, we do.
And
combo
Cappy's
plate.
has takes.
Cappy's
that's
got
right,
takes
that's
Cappy
today.
knows stuff.
And we're going to see Neil Young, right?
Yes, we are going to go see
You're going to
Neil
get
Young.
Pepe backstage passes.
With Our Lady. Pepe, you get the tickets. I'll get us backstage.
I already
See,
have
this
my,
is it, how
I
it works
already
here.
have
Yeah.
my tickets.
See now.
You know what it takes. You know what it takes to get tickets, Cappy.
focus.
That's right.
That's right, it does.
Yeah.
That's
All
right, it does.
We're back tomorrow at 1. Combo Plate continues with Shadano and Cap, 710 ESPN.
The most followed sports radio.